Well, it's about time I make this video. It's been a long time coming. I've been on and off with Guild Wars 2 for the longest time. It's just getting to the point where it's just every update they're making just makes the game even more and more annoying to me, and it seems like they're just losing touch with the game itself. Especially like the whole feature pack they had now, and there's really nothing crazy about it, nothing expansion content worthy when they have like over 100 team members on the ANET team. They may be working on an expansion in the background, who knows? Well, I figured I'd make this to say that I'm probably not going to, or not probably, I'm not going to be making any more Guild Wars 2 videos unless they do something, a massive like revamp of the game, or just add good new stuff. Not because they decided to abandon dungeons for the time being. They say, oh, that's not truly abandoned. It's not on their agenda for now or something like that. But that's just corporate speak for saying, just to cover their asses, that they're not planning on making it anytime soon. And it may eventually come years and years down the road, but for now, it's not. I mean, they technically could bring one down 5 years later, and that saying still stays that, well, we don't want to make them now, we want to make them later. But dungeons is one of the things this game sorely needs. It's gotten some paths, but fractals was nice. If they just updated that with some more, that'd be nice as well. But the Living World Season 1 removed a bunch of paths they could have kept in the game. And I get they want a whole living, breathing world, but having instant dungeon pass, they could have easily done that, but they want to focus on the Living World season. They consider like the Season 2 worlds or instances dungeon-esque, and they're nowhere near the same thing as a dungeon. Other additions that annoy me. Let's see, was it an equipment wardrobe? Was it wardrobe? I don't think there's any in there. It's just, no, that's that. Outfits, that's what it was. They've now forced the gem shop on a lot of the interface in the game. I get that there's a gem shop going on in the background, that's the bread and butter, but when you start like putting icons and stuff in the game itself, you're becoming quite annoying. And I don't even think it's been a while since I played an Exxon game, but I don't remember Maple Story or any of those games doing this much of intrusive stuff. It's more of just you press the button to get to the gem shop, otherwise you go on your merry way and do your own thing. I get they want more people to see the gem store, but there are better ways of doing this, and there should be a button to turn it off or something. But yeah, you click that, it's like, oh hey, want more outfits here? Here you go. Have fun with that. Which is fine. I mean, if the outfits one was the only one that actually had it, I'd be okay with the gem store for this specific one, because all these outfits are gem shop outfits, so it makes sense for them to be part of that. But that's actually one I haven't seen yet. And then you have like the miniatures. They added the new interface, like the ones you have unlocked, which you don't have unlocked. You keep that there. This guy had out when I logged out, and he stayed there. A good old mini Ritlock. That's how long I've been in this game since second beta. But they added that too. Buy more minis. Oh hey, here you go to this slot instead of having a button with buy more minis and automatically bringing up the trading posts with the mini tab opened up for you to look in the actual trading post for more minis. They decided to force the gem shop into there. Finishers, same idea. A lot of these are gem shop based, but some of them you do get throughout the game. And oh, where is that again? That's just dirty having that there. Having an unlike icon. One that'll never probably fucking come back. It's the other thing that annoys me. Cause hey, look! Bought an infinite continue coin because I loved SAB and it was a ton of fun. I'm not gonna ask for a refund because I did use it, a good chunk of it, and I did get a good chunk of the money's worth, but I bought it for the idea that SAB would be back. Least part of the year. It doesn't have to be every year. Even if they just brought back World 1 and 2, I'd have been fine with it. But they set it up that there's going to be at least like 2 or 3 more worlds. And they decided to abandon that as well. It's not on their agenda for now. It could come back in the future, but again, that's just PR talk for saying we're not doing this. We're not doing this right now. It probably won't ever come back. And people went on the forums. I said at Radis some too for the hell of it for the Occupy SAB, but shit like that doesn't matter. They don't pay attention to that. If they do, it's as just an amusement of what the players are doing. You got the traits and stuff. I'll go more into that. The new NPE they decided to add to the game. Achievements. Let's see the collections ones. There's the basics and those. Those are pretty neat to get, but a lot of them are not retroactive. Like the Ascalon Catacombs and all those, I did get those retroactive. But there's ones like the crafted rare armor skins in your wardrobe. It's just I've crafted rare stuff in the past, but it didn't retroactively go through that, so I have to go through there, either gather the materials or buy it off the auction house, etc., etc. Which again, like these ones, the exotics and all that, that makes sense. I got 4, but I think that's just the exotics I had equipped. I didn't retroactive do that either. An idea, it's cool, but it was a failed execution. Another thing this is the one that annoys me the most. It's right here. I didn't point it out, but like you go through here. Oh, it's a pretty neat little thing. Oh, how about you get more gold? What don't you want? Hey, you want to get more gold? Hey, how about you just buy gold for gems? I did for the hell of it. I traded enough gold for 1 gem. I forgot that it was 100 gold to go back, because I wanted to see what the conversion difference was. How much you lose in the conversion. But as you can see, average price for 100 gems is 12.5. To use gems for gold, it's 9.27. That's still a lot of gold for 100 gems. I think you get like 1,200, I want to say. 1,600, because it was 800 points for $10. So you get 1,600 gold, 160 gold for 20 bucks. And that's kind of the way the game's been heading. Some people defended this, saying, "Oh, it's to deter people from using gold sellers and all that," but no, it's not. It's there to try to get people to get more gold if they don't have enough. It's just more intrusive cash shop stuff that just gets annoying. I get that there's a cash shop, the Focus Cosmetics there, whatever, but stop just shoving it into features I was already using. Just annoying. I'm trying to think what else. Figured I'd do it on Lion's Arch, because, good old Lion's Arch. I think that does it for this part. Just wanted to show some of those that are kind of annoying and just gets annoying. Still have the whole wardrobe thing that they added. It costs transmutation charges, which people in PvP still have to pay. Even though that used to be free. That was a thing they changed a while back, but it's just one of those another notch that people in PvP shouldn't have to use transmutation charges to change their stuff. That was just something that they did. It was you automatically got boosted up to level 80, you were good to go. You get it through PvP reward chests, but that should be like an additional thing that, like, hey, you want to do the same thing you were doing in PvP and PvE to kind of push people towards that, then yeah, give them transmutation charges for that. But to be forced to use it in PvP itself is just annoying. Alright, I'll show you what a new character looks like. Or I'm going to go on I think it's a level 2 or level 3 character. But just to give you an idea of what the NPE, the new player experience is. Which is bad on the marketing team to make it sound like NGE, which is not something I want to relate to. I'm on my level 3 character. I was just walking around trying to find but any gathering spot at all, and I couldn't find any. I don't know if they removed it from the starting areas. It makes sense, because that's something they would do. It seems to be what people have said. I don't think it's a bug. I think it's intentional. It seems like they added vistas, and I don't know if that's because I already have a level 80, or if there's a bug. But there's times where people before couldn't see the vistas on the map, and you just had to manually walk to them until you unlocked them at a certain level. So I don't know if that's something that's account wide or not. But they did do this cool thing. I'll give them that. Is that they introduce you to like bags and other stuff through level rewards. Which if they just added something like this, that would be cool. You get like a little thing to help out the new players, so they don't have to go and buy a level or 4 slot bag, or a piece of equipment or anything like that, and teach them about like this is a bag. This is you put stuff in there. Most people who've played games know that, but it's good for people who don't know, like, how do I get bags? Why is my inventory getting full, etc. That something like that makes sense. But this is the stuff that annoys me. Level 4 rewards, you get stats. That makes sense. Stat increases, whatever. But weapon skill 3 unlocked. It seems like they let me keep my weapon skills here that I had, but normally you wouldn't be able to do that till later. And I'll show you some of it. To unlock an offhand, you need to be level 7 now. To unlock the second weapon, you need to be level 15, and 15 for that offhand as well. What else? The dyes are available. Outfits, I don't mean to do that. Oh yeah, skills and traits. To get your second, or your actual skill that isn't a healing one, I don't know what level that unlocks. I had that activated before I started. That might be there for anyone. But this level 13, level 24, level 35, and then level 40 for the elite. They pushed it past 30 for the elites to level 40, and level 30 is traits, which is another bad thing. I get that they wanted to rework traits, but just give like a point or something at the start. It's just like they made the leveling much worse. And it's just only going to push people away because people are just going to get bored and annoyed at the grind. It's gotten pretty annoying that I have no interest in making any alts, and I've went through World of Warcraft's leveling experience, and that's much less of a grind. You at least have fun going through dungeons or doing quests and stuff. Another stupid thing that they did is I'm level 3. Normally I would have the personal story there. They decided to wait to level 10 to do the 1 through 10 personal stories, like level 20 from 1 through 20. I believe at the very least you had to be level 10 for it, so that basically effectively killed key farming in general. There's still ways to do it. They're like, oh, you can craft food until you get to level 10, or I don't know if you get the key at level 10 or level 20. I'm not entirely sure about that. I've seen mixed reports with it, and I didn't really feel like leveling to level 20 again to unlock it and going through that big grind. Even if I just used my level 20 scroll, I didn't feel like going through the personal story again. Not for a game I'm not planning on playing. But if it's level 20 for the key, that's insane. That's insane for trying to get through all that through crafting. Even if you could buy the food for karma, if it's level 10, that's still annoying because before you could just go through the story instances and try your luck at it. Another thing that they did is that the people in the story instances do not drop any loot anymore. Kind of like how they have with the Living World, which I don't know why they did that. Like it's like they're intentionally reducing the amount of drops you can get in the game. That just seems stupid to me. Like, you weren't exactly getting the best rewards or anything. It was just extra stuff you got that you could salvage. But now you just don't get anything. Was that too confusing for new players? Like, oh, here's loot on the ground. How do I pick it up? It seems more of a we want to control more of the economy of this game and stop the drops. But another annoying thing is if you're in the middle of the story, I did that first part because I was messing around with this guy. I was thinking about recording the story, but obviously I'm not going to do that now. I was on the Snap Would Be Proud, but it automatically locks me out of it until I get level 10. Even for new players only, this would be annoying, but at the very least, they should remove this restriction for the players who've already went through the story or got a level 80. You should be able to go through the personal story whenever you want. It's just, it's obnoxious. I don't know what they're doing. Become playable level 80, yeah, that makes sense. I can't do crafting because I don't have any crafting yet. I don't think that's level locked or anything because, as I said, people are using crafting to get to level 10 or 20, whatever it is. Yeah, I couldn't find any gathering nodes around here. I don't know if they removed the gathering for the starter areas or if I have terrible luck. I can't say for sure. I would like for it to call me a liar and see one of the nodes, but usually I see gathering in this general area by this time. It's usually something. I don't understand why they would remove that from the starter areas if that was the case. 'Cause that's something so minor. Like, That's a quest thingy. It doesn't make sense. I don't know what they're thinking. It's like they want the game to mess up and fail. I just don't know. And just the fact that they decided to take the stuff from the China release and bring it over here instead of like the collections stuff and the miniatures only, and think that was a good idea just shows how, I dare say, incompetent they are. I don't want to say too much bad things about them, but it's not so much a developer's fault that it is for NCSoft's publishment, or publisher, and their management of the company. But another annoying thing I've noticed that popped up is that after the whole people freaking out about the dungeons in SAB, rightfully so, all of those CDIs started popping up again, and the thread saying, "Oh, hey, we're listening. What would you like added to the game?" To me, that seems like a cop out. It seems like they're trying to quell all the rage and annoyances that people have by saying that. We'll see if actions speak louder than words, but in ANET's past, they haven't really fallen through with a lot. They've done some changes with like world versus world, but they're so minor in comparison to the amount of stuff that was suggested. And not to mention, they're asking like, "Oh, what suggestions do you want?" There's been threads, like 10, 20, 30 page threads on the forums for the longest time of ideas and things people want that they could easily gone through. But that's why I just think it's just a PR scheme that they brought up, like, "Oh, hey, we're communicating with you, so stop freaking out on the forums. We can't look bad. Gotta quell this flame." But again, if, as I said, actions speak louder than words, if they actually bring more better stuff to this game, but like the MPE, the new player experience, whatever the hell it's going to be called, it just shows that how out of touch they are with the actual game itself. Yeah, they say metrics and shit, but I don't know. It's what metrics are they looking at? Is it like based on when they have free weekends? Is it based on player retention? It's just they don't share any of that information. And maybe if they actually shared what they're working on and remove that company policy on total silence on stuff they're working on, they wouldn't have as much of an issue. Because stopping dungeons, stopping SAB, stopping pretty much everything besides Halloween and Christmas events, and I think maybe Dragon Bash, to focus on Living Story, which I think if when it starts again, if they go all the way through and not do a Christmas event, they would have 8 stories or 8 chapters or whatever for the entire year. But it's a good chance there's like at least a week or two with Christmas events. I'm not gonna say for sure, but if that's the case, that's only 6 to 7 for the entire year. What have they been putting all this work into? Or have they just been trying to put the very minimal to save money, focus more on the gem shop, and stop making dungeons, stop making any of the stuff that people really want? And I imagine people did stop playing dungeons for a while. I mean, those same dungeons just got boring after 2 years. I mean, it's hard to come from other MMOs, and even if it's sub or free to play, seeing what they've done within 2 years, whether it's good or bad, and what Guild Wars has done in 2 years, they've done very little. They did like fractals, a couple PvP modes, some world versus world changes, but there has never been a new world versus world map. There's the Heroes of the Mist or whatever it's called, the quick join or hot join thing, but it's not like true world versus world. It is a nice addition, I'll give him that, but on top of that, nerfing every like farmable method. Started with Frost Gorge, Queensdale, now key farming. It's like they just don't want people farming in the game itself or spending any time when they could be spending time buying gems or something. I just don't know. It just got to the point where I'm done with dealing with ANET shit, and with that, I'll keep an eye out, see what they do, any changes, but long story short, I'm probably not going to make any more Guild Wars 2 videos for a while, and if they don't change anything, this will probably be the last video I have of it. And it kind of sucks because I really, really love the series. I loved Guild Wars 1, all the lore and stuff they had, and before Mary Sue fucked it up, they still had pretty decent lore. And even now, if they came back and tried to bring back some of that lore, but even with the season 2 stuff, like season 2 spoilers, just heads up. The last episode had you like gathering all the leaders up and telling them warning them of the danger of dragons when we already fought Zaiten. Why am I trying to explain to them the actual danger of dragons? There shouldn't be a whole wasted week or two of trying to get the leaders to listen because they're dumbasses. Just get Destiny's Edge together and fight back the dragons. Or just not write the leaders as competent idiots. The dragon is attacking. It's obvious. Maguma has been overrun. It's starting to push out over here. Why are they writing the leaders idiots who can't see anything that's happening? Yeah, they're centaurs. Whoa. Centaurs are nothing compared to dragon armies. Fucking Zaiten brought back ore that was underwater. I'm pretty sure dealing with the dragon over centaurs is a much smarter course of action. Obviously, you eventually get them to sort of agree, but just the fact you had to go through that whole step was just annoying. It's like, I'm tired of trying to explain this and to these leaders. Just let me fight the dragon or do more of the story stuff. But who knows, maybe it becomes amazing. The story becomes so super awesome later on, but I won't be here to see it. And I certainly won't be paying $2 an episode to play them. No way in hell. And then you start charging for that, and eventually starts getting to the price of an expansion. And then you could definitely compare how much that living story is worth compared to the price of an expansion any other game would release. And you're going to be sorely disappointed. That's for sure. Anyway, thanks for watching.